The ocean is vast. It is a world of immense pressure and profound darkness. Down in the deep blue, a sound begins. It is not the crash of a wave or the rumble of a distant storm. It is a call, a long, low, resonant note that travels for hundreds of miles through the water. Another answers. This one is higher, clicks whistles that form an intricate pattern. We are witnessing a conversation. Two sperm whales separated by a distance we can barely comprehend are speaking to one another in a language far older than our own. Their voices weave a tapestry of sound that has filled the oceans for millions of years. For a very long time, these sounds were just noise to us. Sailors of old heard them through the wooden hulls of their ships. They imagined sea monsters and sirens. They could not have known they were eavesdropping on one of the most sophisticated communication systems on our planet. These are not simple grunts or cries, structured calls, dialects, names. Each sound has a purpose, a meaning. It is a language born of the sea itself, shaped by the needs of survival, family, and community in the endless liquid world that these magnificent creatures call home. For a very long time, our own senses were the only tools we had. We listened with our ears, we watched with our eyes, we tried to find patterns using our own minds, and we made remarkable progress. We cataloged different types of calls. We linked certain sounds to specific behaviors, feeding, mating, but we were limited. The scale of the challenge was simply too great for our biological abilities alone. The rise of artificial intelligence, or AI, gave us a new kind of partner. AI is, in essence, a way of teaching a computer to think and learn like the human brain, but far more powerful. The process itself was a marvel of modern science. Scientists in boats, braving the winds and the waves, carefully placed advanced recording devices on the backs of whales. These tags, attached with harmless suction cups, were like tiny high-tech backpacks. Hydrophones to record every click, whistle, groan, sensors to track its every movement, its depth, its speed, its orientation in the water. For the first time, we could hear what a whale was saying and see what it was doing at the exact same moment. All of this data, a torrent of information, was then collected, petabytes of data, thousands of times more information than all the books in a large library. As the AI continued its work, it began to reveal something astonishing. It found that whale communication wasn't just a collection of calls. It had structure. It had rules. It had something that looked remarkably like grammar. The AI discovered that the order of the clicks and whistles mattered. Changing the sequence of sounds could change the entire meaning of a message: dog bites man versus man bites dog. This was a level of complexity that scientists had long suspected, but had never been able to prove on such a grand scale. The AI model, known as SETI, or the Cetacean Translation Initiative, began to map out what it called the sperm whale phonetic alphabet. It identified dozens of distinct codas or sound patterns that seemed to function like words or phrases. The discoveries that emerged from this AI-driven research were, in a word, shocking. They have forced us to fundamentally reconsider what it means to be an intelligent animal on this planet. Perhaps the most surprising revelation was the sheer complexity and specificity of their language. We learned that sperm whale clans have distinct dialects. A whale from the Caribbean uses a different set of codas than a whale from the Pacific. This is not just a slight accent, it is a different way of speaking, which helps to define their cultural identity and maintain social cohesion within their specific groups. The AI also uncovered evidence of whales using names, or at least something very much like them. Certain pods of orcas and dolphins have been observed using a unique signature whistle to identify themselves. When one member of the pod returns, others will call out its specific whistle, and it will respond in kind. To think that a mother whale might be calling her child by name across the water is a truly humbling thought. These breakthroughs do more than just satisfy our scientific curiosity. They can transform how we relate to the natural world. For centuries, we have largely viewed animals as objects. They were resources to be managed, dangers to be avoided, curiosities to be studied. Now we are being forced to see them as fellow inhabitants, subjects, not objects. When we learn whales have names, when we discover distinct dialects, when we find cultures, it becomes much harder to treat their home with disrespect. It deepens our sense of responsibility. It becomes a new, powerful argument for conservation. Protecting whales because they're magnificent is one thing. Protecting them because we risk destroying whole civilizations is another. Each whale pod lost, each population that dwindles, is not just biodiversity lost. It's the loss of a unique dialect, a library of knowledge, a culture that has existed for eons. As we stand here today on the cusp of understanding the language of whales, it is impossible not to look to the future and wonder, what comes next? The immediate goal is to continue refining the AI, to build a more complete dictionary and grammar of whale communication. Scientists hope to soon be able to translate whole conversations in near real time. Imagine being on a boat and seeing on a screen not just that whales are nearby, but a rough translation of what they are discussing. This is no longer the realm of science fiction, it is a tangible goal for the coming decades. The next logical step, as audacious as it may sound, is to try to speak back. If we can truly understand their language, could we construct our own codas? Could we use underwater speakers to broadcast a simple, benign message? Perhaps a greeting, or a warning about an approaching ship? This step would have to be taken with the utmost care and ethical consideration. We would be interlopers in a conversation that has been going on for millions of years without us. The primary goal must be to help and to learn, not to interfere or to disrupt their way of life. And if we can do this with whales, who else might we talk to? The same AI techniques could be applied to other highly intelligent and social animals. The complex calls of elephants, the intricate chirps of prairie dogs, the rich vocabularies of parrots. Each species presents a unique puzzle, a new language to decode. We may discover that our planet is alive with a multitude of intelligences, each with its own unique perspective on the world. We might learn what it is like to experience the world through the senses of a bat, or to navigate the social world of a wolf pack. This is the ultimate promise of this research. It is the beginning of a new era of discovery, not of new lands, but of new minds. An era of interspecies communication. It may be that we will never have a philosophical debate with a dolphin, but we might learn enough to coexist more peacefully, to understand their needs, and to appreciate their intelligence in a way we never have before. The journey has just begun. But for the first time, when we look out at the vast, mysterious ocean, we can truly believe that we are not alone, and that a great conversation is waiting for us.